career in the entertainment industry has enabled me to work with a diverse range of talent. Through my years of experience, I've recognized two essential aspects. Industry professionals, whether famous stars or behind-the-scenes staff, have fascinating stories to tell. Secondly, audiences are eager to listen to these stories, which offer a glimpse into their lives and the evolution of their life stories. This podcast aims to share these narratives, providing information on how they evolved into their chosen career. We will delve into their journey to stardom, discuss their struggles and successes, and hear from people who helped them achieve their goals. Get ready for intriguing behind-the-scenes stories and insights into the fascinating world of entertainment. Hi, I'm Tony Mantor. Welcome to Almost Live Nashville. Joining us today is the members of the Proto Man, a band that doesn't just write songs, they build worlds. Straight out of Nashville, these guys have carved out a sound that blends rock opera, sci-fi storytelling, and pure, raw energy into something completely their own. Their albums feel cinematic, their live shows are full-on experiences, and their music hits like a rebellion you can feel. They're bold, unapologetic, and unlike anything else out there. I'm beyond excited to welcome them on today. So before we dive into our episode, we'll be back with an uninterrupted show right after a word from our sponsors. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So tell me, anyone that's discovering the Proto Men for the very first time, what do you tell them about yourselves and what you do?
Interesting. Interestingly, we have no idea. So I think, honestly, my favorite thing that I've seen recently is what Metal Sucks magazine just described us as, and it was basically like if Queen and Rush got drunk listening to Devo, and what was the rest of it? But basically, it was like a big long thing about combining all these bands, and I don't know, it was good. So yeah, a bunch of different musical references and film references and things like that all jumbled together to make whatever it is we are.
We've long called ourselves rock opera, but I'd say that it's more, it's story rock somehow, or I guess concept rock is.
It's sort of like listening to a film.
Now, what I've read about you, you have this kind of rock opera concept. It mentions video games, music, and how you tie it all together. Maybe an Orwellian type style.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you kind of tie all those three things together, how does the audience relate to the features and the different things that you're doing?
Well, one of the features in there, we don't really do, we don't play music from the games or anything. It's just all original concept, all original music, that sort of thing. So
I think a lot of our fans don't know that all of those pieces of the puzzle exist. I think we have fans that come and they say, hey, I really like Mega Man, which is the video game that we referenced. And they show up dressed as characters. And then we have fans that
they're just pure rock and roll people.
Yeah. And they don't really, they walk in and they say, why is everybody dressed as Mega Man? But I think somehow in the midst of the, floor that they're standing in, they find a way to coexist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, you have what you described as multiple acts, like an Act 1, an Act 2, and an Act 3. Can you give us a little information on what these acts are and how you put everything together as a show?
So we started more than 20 years ago with a song. And it sort of, we recorded it, we recorded another one, we played a show, and it's just sort of grown exponentially from there.
After the first song we did, it was about Mega Man, just by chance. And after the first one was done, then we were like, well, that was really fun. We should build a story around this and just expound on the whole situation and just make it as ridiculous as humanly possible. And so then we just started building it up, and we ended up with an album. And so we're like, okay, we've got an album. We released that album in 2005. It was Act 1. And so that was when it wasn't even called Act 1 at that point, because we didn't have a full plan for part 2 yet, other than a general story that it could do. And honestly, I knew more of what was going to happen in Act 3 at that point than I did what was going to happen in Act 2. And so Act 2 turned into the prequel. So Act 2 is the prequel to Act 1, and it came out in 2009. And it was a different kind of album. Whereas Act 1 was very post-apocalyptic, very dirty, grungy, just distorted sound. Act 2 being a prequel in the storyline, it was a much nicer place. So the sound is a lot cleaner, a lot, more pristine sounding, polished. And so then time passed, and now we're on Act 3, and it's kind of a middle ground. We haven't really, it's definitely not as distorted and, mean sounding as Act 1 for sure, though.
It's almost like you created this theater with a storyline where it's like this dystopian world. You've got fascists and other entities in there as well. So you see yourselves putting a statement out there of what you think and what you're putting across of what you think in the music. Do you think your audience is getting and grasping the show that you're trying to put across to them?
I think they're getting it
there. The statement's in there,
I think they're getting it. But yeah, I guess as we were saying earlier today, it's very depressing when the storyline you've been building for 20 years has become so obscenely real that it's just, you can barely handle it.
Now, you mentioned the story. Can you elaborate on what the story is within your music?
Oh, you're talking about just basically that our storyline that we've been writing all these years is happening all around us now. And it's been happening all around us, and that's why we were kind of talking about it in the beginning, but it's just gotten far more intense.
So I think this is a great time for you to introduce yourselves. I know you have names that you go by in your music, so tell everybody who you are.
My name is Murphy.
My name's Commander B. Hawkins.
And I'm Panther.
Okay, that's great. Now tell us, how did you come up with these names?
Oh, you'll ever ask that.
The name finds you, I think.
Yeah, the name comes to
I
me.
mean, every character in the band has something has happened with them.
Yeah, it's all very personal. I'll tell you that in our storyline, Sophie B. Hawkins is my great grandmother.
Oh, how?
The lore.
In the lore.
Existed. Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
Okay, your albums, your music, they come across more like epic films than just your typical musical CDs.
Thank you. Yeah.
When you start a new project, what comes first? The storyline, the music, or just the raw emotion?
It's interesting. Musically, we always have, storyline, we know where the outline, the skeleton is. And then you say, well, this character needs to speak. Who is that character and how do they speak? They speak with this type of rock and roll. This type of, this person's kind of spaghetti Western. This person is kind of whatever. And so you build from that starting point of, well, we know we need a song that's like this. Let's build that song. And then occasionally you'll get into, we'll have just a random riff or something that we've come up with. And then it's like, well, that fits this character. So let's build around that and build that piece of the story. So I'd say honestly, it is very, very much, it's like somebody gave us a film and said, all right, write the music for it. Figure it out. And then we go, okay, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think definitely the story, drives everything. I think we always have that vision in the back of our heads, even if we're just toying with a riff that sounds cool or, a certain lyric that seems to fit. We're always cognizant that the story will
Come into play at some point, definitely.
It has to fit.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit.
Okay, that's great. Now, you've been doing this Mega Man concept for a few years now. Did you have a concept where you kind of knew where it might end? Or has the story grown alongside you as you have developed as a band?
I knew where it would go. There are things where, it's developed along the way for sure. It's refined a lot along the way. But in terms of just knowing exactly where it's gone, no. We had to figure it out. And honestly, it's a whole lot of plot hole plugging.
Oh yeah, sure.
That's really what it is. It's like, what have we done? Our holes everywhere. Like, we had to fix these holes, but it's like, all right, but we've made the pieces. It's us understanding our own story. It's like us understanding, we've created this hole, but we also created the plug for the hole years ago. We just have to put the piece in place. And it's that sort of thing.
Yeah. Now, your music dives deep into rebellion, sacrifice, and legacy. Looking back from your Act 1 to now, how have your own perspective on these themes changed, if at all?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's pretty deep. I might be deeper than my brain.
Like, as in, like, do we feel differently now, or just?
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
I don't know. I think
I'd say.
Oh yeah.
I'd say it's
as humans.
As a human being in the year 2026, I didn't know that I could get more jaded with society in 2005. That's really my thing, is that I didn't realize that I could hate people more. and so now, in 20 years later, it's like, oh no, there's a whole ocean of hate
To be
ready for me to jump into. So no, it's society has proven itself to be embarrassing, and that's really my that's what I've taken from it. There's still good in people. I'm not saying that I'm just completely jaded.
Right. I would
people
say
are still inherently individually good people, but as a group, people are monsters.
But we also started out in 2005 from that perspective.
Yeah,
Like
so
that
it hasn't
that's the issue.
changed.
Right. Yeah. We started out, our first record is very much about the failure of mankind as a whole to rise to heroism, or to rise to the place that they needed to be.
The lowest level of making an effort.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we started out from that place. And I think as we've gone through the act, we do try to keep hope alive, even if it perhaps gets more and more difficult to do it. It's still there.
Yeah, you have to search for the hope. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, I get it. Is there a lyric or a moment in your catalog that still hits you emotionally, even after playing it 100 times?
Oh, man. That's a good question, too. So we are right now working on a couple of weeks ago, we played in DC. We played all 3 acts. We started with Act 2, we went to Act 1, then we went to Act 3.
Across 3 nights.
The chronological order. Yeah, across 3 nights at this festival in DC called MagFest. So we basically played for the first time ever our entire catalog. And I'll say that there were songs, there's a lot of stuff that when you're able to play the album in its entirety, a lot of stuff you haven't played in a long time. There was a lot of stuff from Act 2 that we just don't get to when we're playing just an hour and a half set in a club or a bar. So there was a lot of rediscovering lyrics. Yeah, there's in the second act, sort of the protagonist's partner dies, and there's a lot of really emotional grief that sits in the middle of that record that we don't really play because it's a little too heavy for just like a bar show. So yeah, there's a couple in The State versus Thomas Light.
There's some intense lyrics on that one.
Yeah.
And there's like lyrics on the flip of that is like, we'll make stuff like, this is pretty good. And then we'll play a song we haven't played in 5 or 8 years, and the fans lose it on like The Stand.
Yeah.
The Stand is like people's favorite song, but we like never play it.
Yeah.
Just for whatever reason, because the way it fits in the set, we pull it out every once in a while and they lose it because the lyrics in that one are extra. And we wrote that 20 years ago, and it's has a very, very strong message now.
You just mentioned playing in clubs. How do you fit in clubs?
On top of each other?
Well, why I ask that, a lot of these clubs have a certain expectation when a band comes in. They expect certain songs, and here you come in with your own style that you have, which is completely different than anything they will have come in. So how does that work for you?
It's fine. I mean, our fans show up.
Venues,
so.
we don't have random people show up to our shows. I wish we did, but there's never been a point in our entire history that an individual that didn't know who we were, walked in the door and watched us. Not once.
You get people that are being dragged to the show by friends that are talking us up.
The whole idea of street, what's it called? When the people are like, no, it's okay.
Like the locals.
You're going to have the locals or the
bar.
The walk up. You're going to have walk up, and it's like, no, we've never once had a single person walk up to the door that didn't know who we were and walk. Not once. If they walked through, they would never leave, and they would come back every time.
Except for maybe Warped Tour.
That's true.
Well, we played Warped Tour, and there was a mass exodus when we started playing of people who were there to see the typical.
They didn't
Warped
leave
Tour.
because of us. They left because they had already left by the time we started playing.
That's true, but you would get those random people who were walking through, looking
They would
at
just
all
stare
the
at us,
stages,
going, "What is that?"
And we would catch their eye in the hot summer sun, melting makeup off of our faces.
Yeah.
And but it was only like 6 of them.
Yeah, 6 people.
Over 7 weeks.
But no, but generally club shows for us are fantastic. Like that's where we thrive the most because they're intimate, they're intense, they're way more intense. And so like we just played for a crowd of 4,000 for 3 nights in a row the other night, or a couple weekends ago. And that's a rare instance of 4,000 people being completely into it. Usually when you play a big show like that, it's kind of, I don't know, very odd.
But even then, there's a disconnect between a large crowd like that and between that and being in a club that has just a few hundred people that are really packed in and really feeding off of each other's energy.
Generally, we end up playing, like for those smaller club shows, we'll just play like a mix of whatever we're feeling like playing, whatever works for the set, not really like leaning into the storyline as much.
If someone hears Proto Man for the very first time, what is the song that you wish they hear first and why?
It's hard. It's a hard one for different reasons. Like if you want somebody to go like the rockin' jam that everybody likes a lot, Light the Night's the one. Everybody seems to love that song, which is super grateful for it.
Yeah, that's the one I always send people to.
Yeah, like there's all kinds of stuff on the new album though. Like literally the whole new album is like we go to that one, go to that one, go to that one. Like Keep Quiet's rad from Act 2. Act 1, Will of One would be the way to go. Or The Stand is fun. Hope Rides Alone explains the story.
What's in your bucket list? What are you hoping that you can do for the future?
Money.
Yeah, I get it.
There's money in the bucket.
We've never played
money.
Japan.
We'd love to play Japan.
Yeah.
We have to have people buy our things from Japan, though. So if anybody knows anything about Japan and or how to get us into Japan or get people to listen to us in Japan so that we can tour there.
We go to we've been to Europe and Australia and
do great.
We can get around
everywhere
we
else.
Do things, but that's one country.
So there's all kinds of things. I mean,
I want to make a Broadway play of this thing.
Yes, there's all the things, anything you can think of. We want to do it. It's just, do we have the money to do it, or the backing, the funding, any kind of like that? It's like we need to make a video game. We need to make a series of animated movies or live action movies.
And the expertise. We don't have the expertise.
Yeah, we have no expertise.
We're pretty good at audio.
Yeah.
We're not great at everything else.
So,
We're all audio engineers from here, so.
Yeah, I get that. Join the crowd. That's me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if anybody out there does animation, get in touch with us. We've got all kinds of things we want.
Animation would be great. A lot of great things come from that.
Yeah.
So what's coming up next? You just mentioned several different things. Without giving too much away, what can your fans and the listeners expect from you in the future?
We've got June 18th through 20th, we're doing the Nashville release show, like the big celebrated release show for the new record. An album a day, 3 albums over 3 days, like we did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. This one would be a bit more of a production.
Because we'll be in our home turf and have more time.
But that's already sold out, so.
Yeah, but it's
sold out in like a week.
It's sold out so fast.
So it's awesome. It's Marathon Music Works.
Yeah. My marathon was about 1,800, so that'll be the biggest shows we've ever done in Nashville, literally, and then 3 days of it.
Let's look in the future right now. 15, 20 years from now, someone's looking back on the Proto Man. What are you hoping that they say your music gave to them?
Hope.
Yeah, I also I really love people that come up to us and give us something that they've done, art or music or
Inspiration.
yeah, and they say your band caused me to want to produce something of my own. That's always really cool.
Yeah.
I hope we're spawning a lot of, people making their art.
Other really weird bands.
Other really weird bands, yes.
Yeah, now speaking of fans, what is the most meaningful thing a fan has said to you?
Oh, there's so many, and they're all very a bunch of them are very personal.
Yeah, a lot of them. It's I think the one is not one particular, but when someone talks about, I'll listen to you with my family member who's now not with me anymore, and I listen to this and think of that, and that I don't know what you call that. There's a term for that. It has to do with memories. I can't think. I'm losing the words, but those are always appreciated. When those are happening.
How do people find you?
Do you mean how should they look for us?
Yeah.
Protomen.com is a good way to get to us. That kind of leads everywhere. We're on all the streaming things, just Protomen, Act 3, This City Made Us, the new album. And then we're on YouTube. You can find us on that. It's pretty much anywhere you can find us, we're out there. So just search our name.
Here's a part I call Between the Beats. We do quick questions, no right or wrong answers, just something for the fun of it.
Oh, I can make it wrong.
Don't do challenge.
What is the first album you ever owned?
Like owned or bought with your own money?
Yeah,
That's
different.
Bought with your own money. You owned it.
Oh, bought with your own money.
I think
I know mine.
Palapalooza.
Okay.
The CD. No, Use Your Illusion.
One.
One.
2, 1.
November Rain. I bought the cassette of that.
That's one. Yes, that's one. 1991.
Yep.
It might have been Thriller.
That's pretty good.
When it was new?
No.
Like
a cassette, bought it from, Camelot or
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I don't know. Maybe I know the first album that I ever possessed was the Alan Jackson record with Chattahoochee on it.
That'll do it.
That was like an uncle. An uncle was like, "Here, kid, this is what you need to be listening to." And I got a boombox for Christmas, one of those CD boom boxes where the speakers pop off and you can move them
You still
a
have
solid 3 feet away.
You should still have that.
Man.
I'll still have it.
The first one I bought was I had it was my birthday, and I was given a cassette player and like $20. Like that was the birthday, and I went down the road and bought Beastie Boys' License to Ill cassette.
That's what I was about to say. Is the first thing that I probably ever had was a copied version of that album on cassette that my cousin from Memphis gave me or my brother, and I ended up with it.
What's your favorite Proto Man to play live?
I don't like any of them.
They're all tortured.
Man. So we've just started, literally at the MagFest thing that we played a couple of weeks ago. It was the first time we had played most of Act 3 live. So I think my new favorite is Light's Last Stand. It started at the end of Act 3. It was horrifying to try and pull off live. It's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
There's a saxophone solo.
I broke my knee during it.
You broke your knee during it, yeah.
And my ankle.
But it is now my favorite.
What's your favorite tour city?
Oh, tour city? That's impossible. Like, New York's always incredible.
Chicago's
incredible.
Very good, always.
LA is incredible. London is incredible.
Major ones are. But the ones that are memorable especially in the old days is like Richmond
Or
like
North Carolina.
British Columbia?
Springfield, North Carolina. What was
Springfield, Missouri?
No, North Carolina. Greenville, North Carolina.
That was a long time ago.
Those were
now those places don't exist anymore that we used to go play.
Like the whole towns don't exist.
But yeah. But they're like some surprising, small, weird towns that you wouldn't think that are pretty.
Vancouver
intense.
is always the wildest for some reason.
Yeah, Vancouver's. Yeah.
I can't. There's no favorite. There's just so many good ones.
Yeah.
What's the strangest thing that's ever happened to you on tour?
Oh, also impossible.
One that just stands out in your mind that you probably will never forget.
That's like an hour-long conversation. And we did push our RV up the Continental Divide.
Yeah.
A few years ago, and that was that was the day. And then the tow truck driver showed up and had to drag us up it illegally. That was a fun day.
He didn't know it was illegal.
Yeah.
He didn't know we were all hiding in the RV.
Oh, that was a different time. Oh, he knew that one.
That
There was
the
another one where he didn't know.
That is a good story. Every time a tow truck shows up and they're like, well, you're not supposed to have people in the back, so you just have to get out on the side of the road, or you just hide. And then as you're riding down the interstate in the tow truck and everybody's sticking their heads up over the dashboard.
It's fantastic. We have lots of those stories.
Okay, if you were not musicians, what would you be doing today?
I don't even know. It's been so long.
I think I'd be a mechanic.
Yeah.
I'd definitely be somebody's accountant.
I'd make hot sauce.
I already am an accountant, but I would be even more an accountant.
You could be getting paid for it.
Yes, I would get paid to count the money.
So, yeah. I almost went to school to be a marine biologist.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I went to school for history. Computer science and history kind of initially, and then we were at MTSU, and I was like, oh, I should do music stuff because I'm here and there's all this $1 million equipment.
Oh.
And then I met these fellows there.
I would probably be working on a dive boat in the Caribbean somewhere. That's pretty much it.
I would fix the boat. I think I'd like to be a boat mechanic.
There you go.
I'd like to change my answer.
When we go to the
Japan.
Caribbean, no, we're gonna go to the Caribbean. I'm gonna work on a dive boat.
Okay.
And you're gonna be the mechanic for the boat.
Okay.
Let's start a band while we're down there.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Gotcha.
Get him.
Now, every time I think I'm out.
Yep.
Dream collaboration, alive or dead? Who would you like to work with?
Oh, that's intense.
We tried to work with Jim Steinman one time.
Yeah.
He was not all about it.
I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you who we did try to work with on this album, and he kind of ghosted us, but we still love him. Is Dennis DeYoung from Styx. We tried to get him to sing our Wiley part for this album, and we were talking to him for a bit and chit-chatting, and he ended up, I guess, just passing on it or something. So, but that would have been wonderful.
Yeah, we said live or dead. It's like,
Yeah.
you say obvious stuff like, I don't know, Bowie and things like that, but
Well, no.
it's also who's the underdog that would help us even more.
What's his name? I can't get to his name.
Do charades. He has
He has hair. He has hair. He has hair.
What color?
See, I don't want to.
Art Garfunkel.
Art Garfunkel's got it. No, I hate myself for not getting to his name
Bob
right
Ross.
now. No,
He's
Bob Rock.
Is he still alive?
no, he's very dead.
Very
Oh.
dead.
Died unfortunately in like 1986,
Oh,
and something like that. And
Randy Rhoads.
no, Irishman. That's all you're gonna need.
Oh, Phil Lynott.
Phil Lynott.
Oh,
Phil Lynott would
yeah.
be unbelievable.
You said Irishman. They got him there.
You're an Irishman. Yeah, you almost charaded it out.
Let's wrap this up with a nice message to your fans. What would you like to say to them?
Thank you. That's really it. Just
So-
thank you.
We woke up a couple of days ago to the news that our newest record is charting on Billboard.
Nice.
In the, bizarrely enough, in a couple of categories, but one of them is emerging artists, which is fantastic because we've been emerging for a long time. But I think I would say that
Slow cocoon.
thank you for
Being a friend.
thank you for being a friend. Thank you for continuing to support and ramping up your support
Yeah.
with each new thing that we put out.
And this, especially this album's support, has been unbelievable from our fans.
Yeah.
Just they've all gotten so into it, and it's been so wonderful. And we dragged them along on this journey of releasing a song per week, and they were all about it. Most of them were all about it. There were several that were just very crying the whole time. It was hilarious and sad for them, but it was something. So yeah, like the fact that they've stuck with us this long, and really, I don't know, it's huge. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, this has been fun. Great information, great conversation. I really appreciate you taking the time to join us today.
Oh yeah, thank
Thanks
you
for having us. Yeah.
Thank you for being a friend.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Good.
Great to meet you.
Yeah, it's
Meet
awesome.
you.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks again. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the show. This has been a Tony Mantor production. For more information, contact media@platomusic.com.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.